Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Collaborations, the Ultimate Fan Podcast. My name is Kimberly Winborn. I am your host. I am going to be joined by some special guests here shortly. I just showed them, and I wanted to give them time to share and get themselves together and all of that good stuff off camera so that I can bring them back on in fabulousness. That's what we like to do here. We like to make sure that people are presented well. So once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited. I know it's Labor Day and people are like, you doing a show on Labor Day? Well, I'm working. Yeah. So we are working because we are starting a new series called Limitless Leading Ladies. And one of these leading ladies is the reason why I got this idea because she approached me and asked if they could be on the show. And I thought, you know what? This is a great title. Highlight some women, especially who are kicking in the door in areas where they have been shut out for generations, not just 1 day, 2 days, but generations. So I'm excited to have them. I'm going to bring them on one by one. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and bring them all on so we can get rolling. All right. I have director Perusha Sharon Jones. I have Walesia Ely, and I have Wallace Atkins, all a part of Miss Full Figured North Carolina. Can we give them a warm welcome for those who are watching? Give them a warm welcome. And then also let us know where you're watching from. I would love to know, for those of you who are watching, where are you watching from? Are you right here in North Carolina, or where are you? We would love to know. So welcome to everyone. I want to go ahead and jump right on in and get started, starting with director Perusha, who was the visionary for Miss Full Figured North Carolina. Can you introduce yourself by telling us who you are, what you do, but then also what was the inspiration and vision behind Miss Full Figured North Carolina?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Perusha Jones Sharon. I am the pageant director for Miss Full Figure North Carolina, Virginia, and South Carolina. I'm also the head director of Miss Full Figure USA. How I got started, I actually competed in the Miss Full Figure USA pageant in 2013. After competing and talking with the CEO, I was like, well, what are you thinking about? What do you think about expanding the brand? And she was like, yeah, maybe I've been thinking about it, but okay. So I said, well, I'll wait. In November 2014, I reached out to her again and I said, I'm really ready. I think I know that I can do this. I have women that would be interested in this pageant. And she said, if you get the girls, we'll get going. And ever since then, we have been going nonstop. Well, we did have a brief moment of pause because of COVID, but we've been going nonstop since September 2015. It has truly blessed me. I am so excited about it. We're going into our 7th year this year. And it really, like I said, it started after me competing in 2013. Now, I didn't win, but look at me now. Okay. I have no complaints. God has truly blessed me. And I am through the moon going into year 7, year of completion, year of perfection. This is going to be an awesome year, and I'm looking forward to the amazing growth. And I'm so happy to have these amazing queens here on the live with us today.
Yes, me too, me too. And what an amazing story, amazing journey. Got a lot of hellos from Raleigh, North Carolina. Dion Selby, who is one of the co-hosts of Love and Flow TV. Thank you, Dion, and welcome. She says, beautiful ladies. We got Angela Anderson, author. Angela Anderson. She says, hello, ladies. Jaleisha Williams. Hey, queens. And my beautiful queen sisters, Jaleisha Williams.
A photogenic Miss Cover Girl.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Her profile shot is really nice from YouTube.
She won that one, honey.
Thank you for joining us. Now I'm going to bring up Wallace Atkins, Miss Full Figure North Carolina 2021. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and what it means for you to be Miss Full Figured North Carolina.
Hello, everybody. My name is Wallace Atkins, and I am from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, and I am Miss Full Figured North Carolina. This has been an awesome year. I'm super excited to be your queen, and it really means nothing but body positivity and good things for me to represent represent Miss Full Figure North Carolina in this way. I've been every single size, and I know how much your size can make or break you sometimes. And so, for it to have made me and make me who I am now has just been wonderful. And I'm super excited to represent other plus size queens too.
Love it. Well, we welcome you. It is so true. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later as far as size and body positivity and confidence and all of that. Because number one, you never know who's watching that needs some encouragement and inspiration in that area. There are people who are teeny tiny that have body positivity issues, and those who are not so teeny tiny who have issues, but also who are empowering others. So that is why I love what you ladies represent. And lastly, we have Wally B Walesia Ely. You got us, Miss Full Figure, Miss Exquisite Full Figure North Carolina 2021. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what being Miss Exquisite Full Figure NC represents to you, means to you.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Walesia Ely. They also call me Wally B, Queen Honeybee, if you will. Basically, I am from Cary, North Carolina, so born and raised, playgrounds where I spent most of my days. Okay. So I am definitely from Cary. Went to St. Augustine's University, Falcon Pride. Falcon Pride, and now I work at the illustrious North Carolina Central University. I always say birds of feather flock together as a communication specialist and marketing coordinator. And so I decided to do the pageant because Mrs. Perusha Jones Sharon has asked like every year she's had it. And it was just something about this year here that allowed me to even want to pursue it even more. And so this is basically the year. This is my year. This is the Queen's year. This is those that are coming behind us year. And the reason why I did it was because you do have people watching you. You do have those that, you know, maybe inspired to do something great, but they see that you're doing something, and within your confidence and self-esteem, they're like, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it too. And that's the reason why I basically ran for Miss Exquisite Full Figure North Carolina 2021, was also to help others, because I believe in reaching back and pulling up, and each one reach one and teach one.
Absolutely. Iron. It makes me think of that saying, iron sharpens iron. Each one, reach one, teach one. Welcome, Carrie Lynn Miles. She's a heart and I don't know what the other thing is, and a star. So it sounds like she's excited to be here. So welcome. I want to dive right in, you all, because some of the things that you already brought up is what I want to talk about. So once again, Limitless leading ladies of Miss Full Figure NC Pageant. We have the director. We have who also has a teen pageant as well. And I hope to be able to have the teens on as well, have them come back and
that'll be great.
Show. Yeah. One of the things that I do with my nonprofit is work with young women. I like to work with women of all ages, whether young or older. And one of the things we focus on is beauty from the inside out and what that looks like, how confidence comes from creativity. It comes from affirmation. It comes from all of these different outlets that many of our youth are not exposed to. And we actually have an event on next Sunday, the 12th, where Carrie Lynn Miles will be leading the young ladies in dance. So we're focusing on creativity and communication, helping those ladies to express themselves, to build confidence. So I'll share that a little bit later. But I want to dive right in, and I'm going to start with you, Wallace, with this question, and then we'll go around, get some dialogue from all of you ladies. I know you're ready and able to answer questions because you all are pageant experts. So you already on your toes, right? So in our society, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up, give you all a look see, so you don't have to remember. In our society, many people equate size with how healthy you are or are not. How can we, you all especially, debunk this myth? How can we encourage our youth to love their bodies while also valuing their health?
I love this question. It's such a great question because, like I said earlier, I have been every size. And at my heaviest, I was around 370 pounds. I had no health conditions. I had no problems, no diabetes, no health problems, none. But now at my current weight, I'm 160 pounds lighter and have I've had experiences with all kinds of health issues. So I think we can debunk that by number one, being seen. Be seen. Stop hiding because you're big. Stop hiding because you aren't a specific size.
Yeah.
Be out there in the community. Let people know what you're doing and do things. Sign up for runways. Sign up for volunteer activities. Sign up where you're in people's faces every day and you're not in your home. If you have to be in your home, I get it. But if you can, be out there, be in your community, and show people how active you are. And I really think that is the number one way to debunk these kind of rumors. There are dancers, there are activists, there are poets, there's all kinds of things that we can do at our size. Hiking, outdoor activities, it's limitless really to what we can do, but we tend to tell ourselves that we can't do it. And I know that I, for one, was in the habit of saying, oh, I can't do this because, I can't do that because. I just kind of got myself in a routine. But one thing this pageant has really showed me, I'm capable of doing a lot of things, and that's at any size.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Jaleisha says, amazing. Did either of you want to grab that next? Director Purusha or
Yes.
Wally?
Thank you so much. Yeah. I think the biggest thing to debunking that is, first of all, understand, like, say, for instance, I'll use me as an example. I got diagnosed with diabetes at the age of 28. I was maybe a 16 at the time. And so, on the positive note, there's some women or some kids that will never get diabetes, and just because you're a smaller frame woman doesn't mean that you'll necessarily, you won't, that type of health issue won't affect you. The key to that is understanding what these health issues are and making sure that if you have younger kids, if you have a teenager, if you have, or your wife, your spouse, your girlfriend, trying to encourage them that healthy eating is the way to go. That you can love your body at any size, but you also have to worry about making sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. Here I am, 40 plus fine, honey. And I still have diabetes, but I'm still living. I'm still doing all of these amazing things in the community. I like, we're doing community service. We're doing pageantry. I mean, go figure. Who would have thought that you could do pageantry as a plus size woman? We're still dancing, like Wallace said, and getting the teens involved and getting our youth involved in these type of activities lets them know that you can do anything at any size. You know what I'm saying? But be mindful of your health as well.
Yes.
If that makes, hopefully that makes sense, and I'm making sense here. Be mindful of what you put in your body, how you take care of your body, because you can be healthy and be plus size. A lot of people don't know that. You can be healthy and be plus size, or be full figured, or be, of a more robust figure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's okay, because there's a lot of people that are, and that's okay. And they're living full, amazing lives, so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that leads me, unless you wanted to add anything, Wally. I'm gonna go to the next because that leads me to another thought. Did you want to add anything?
Yeah, just real quick, especially on that last question, like how can we encourage our youth and young ladies to love their bodies? So with my platform, and I'm turning it into a nonprofit very soon, Curvy Honeybees,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
defining the inner you from the inside out, providing a safe space to embrace your beauty, reassurance, and self-confidence. And so basically what we do is we do different activities, do different events, community service. We also have been to Rich Girls Museum because we know that those type of activities and fellowships kind of bring that confidence out as well. And you want to live better. You want to live longer. If you want to live longer, sometimes you're going to have to put down some of those items that you may have eaten that you know don't want to eat. You can't eat anymore, if you will. So sometimes it's best to kind of do those different types of activities, like how we're doing. We're doing a virtual Zumba very soon with Curvy Honeybees, just to kind of incorporate some of those healthy living habits that they can start working on to get them
Mm-hmm.
more disciplined, especially in their teenage years. So Curvy Honeybees basically are teenagers from 13 to 19, and we know sometimes they can be a little sluggish, a little lazy. They don't want to get up. So I want to provide a space for them to they can actually go out and we can actually fellowship together and actually do some things together as well. So you also have to be the influencer. So it has to start with you, like I said before, each one reach one, teach one. So it basically has to start with you. And so I make it in my business, and I'm compelled until it's accomplished to let it start with me by having this particular organization to provide those types of resources for them to want to eat healthy, to want to go out and to just kind of get that exercise in on a daily basis.
Yeah. And this is an amazing opportunity. Like having a platform such as Miss Full Figure North Carolina provides that opportunity for you to be able to go out and put that group out there, spread that message, and then have the support, I would think, of the rest of the ladies that are a part of it. Is that how it works for you all as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Each young lady that comes into the pageant is hopeful to establish a platform. I mean, that's what they
Hmm.
base their pageant experience on. So, I mean, if like I tell my girls, if you are truly passionate about your platform, use Miss Full Figure North Carolina, or use what you've learned through this platform to take yours to the next level. So that's the expectation, that everybody comes in. And then the hope is that we can always get out to their events and support them. With everybody living all over the world and we have a lot going on, we're not
Yeah.
able to fully be able to do that. But our goal is to always support one another in each other's platforms.
I love it. And I want to go kind of shift nicely over into beauty and confidence. What does each represent for you now and then for you when you were a child? So when you thought of beauty, when you thought of confidence, what does it represent for you now, and what did that look like or represent for you as a child? Does it parallel or is it a contrast? I'll start back with you, Miss Atkins.
Well, for me as a child, I didn't have a lot of little girls that looked like me in the town that
Mm-hmm.
I lived in. So my thought on beauty as a child, although my mother tried, it really was centered around blonde hair, blue eyed, Disney princesses, and things like that. I didn't really have, except for the women in my family, I didn't really see those beauty standards on television as much. I didn't really see that out in my community as much. And that has changed so much now as an older adult. I'm surrounded by beautiful women, and I can recognize that beauty in other women
Yeah.
without the slightest hint of jealousy or envy or anything like that. And in
Mm-hmm.
high school, I really struggled with that too, because you just want to be like everyone else in high school. You just want to
Yeah.
fit in. You want to um, wear the most fashionable thing, and you want to have the best friends, so on and so forth. And as you grow, the older you get, the less and less those things are important to you. And so for me, that really, my idea of beauty has just been truly expanded by my life experiences and by my experience with the pageant. I was very, very
Yeah.
lucky to meet beautiful women of all shapes, sizes with all kinds of talents. And the more talented someone is, no matter what that talent is, the more beautiful it really makes them. You know, I met some wonderful poets, and there was a lady that did spoken word that I was just so enamored by. You know, it was just amazing noticing all the beautiful things about people, and really finding that in nature and in your environment and the things that you love. You know, beauty is all around us, and there is no standard to beauty anymore. Not this person is beautiful, not that person is beautiful. Social media does a really good job of trying to make us think that, but it also just explodes that as well, because it introduces you. When you live in a small town like I do, it really can be used to introduce you into all kinds of beauty that you didn't even know existed. And so I really kind of found my way towards that in college. Now, as I got married and had kids and stuff like that, I kind of focused not so much on my beauty, and really started looking at other people's beauty, and was able to find that way. Pageant experience, I was just telling Miss Perusia that a couple of days ago. Through the pageant, it really made me see, oh, I do still got it. I can do that. I can do all these little things, you know, that only enhance beauty. They don't make me beautiful, but they enhance the things about me that are already beautiful. So it's definitely changed a lot for me.
Yeah, so beauty is not necessarily only a physical thing. It's that inner working of you that you've discovered, of the things that you can do, the gifts, your skills, whatever that you're proud of, that maybe it wasn't enough at one point in life because of some sort of picture that you saw for beauty, but as you've evolved, you see that it's more than just linear. And I love that. I want to ask the audience too, like those who are watching, is that a disconnect for you, or from when you were a kid to now, when you think of beauty and confidence? And this applies to the men too, because beautiful is kind of one of those words that across the board is feminine, but beauty to me is not just a feminine attribute. To me, because it's something that happens from the inside out, it spans sex and all things. So what do you all think? When you were a kid, did beauty represent something different to you than it does now? And now I want to go to Wally with that question.
So as far as when I was a child, my parents basically instilled that in us. They said, no matter how big you are, small you are, if your head is big, I always had a big head. So for me, I had to just embrace my flaws perfectly. I just had to love the skin that I'm in. And so they basically helped and showed me that no matter if you lose weight, gain weight, you're still beautiful. No matter if your nose is fat, small, short, you're still beautiful. Big lips, small lips, you know, you're still beautiful. Hair, no hair, you're still beautiful. If you want some hair, add some hair. You want lashes, add lashes, you know, but you have to be confident in who you are and making sure that you're not doing this for anybody else, but you're doing it for yourself. And so a lot of times, like as growing up, we do get our self-esteem lowered a little bit, and people discourage us by some of the comments that they may say. And you have to realize that he made us in his image. So if that's the case and we're peculiar people, then you don't have to worry about what anybody says about you. It's what he says about you. It's what he thinks about you. And if the Lord put you in his image, then that's all that really matters. And you just have to embrace your skills, your talents, your beauty inside and out. You have to just love all your flaws perfectly, love them, and then be able to tell somebody else and teach somebody else. So I have, of course, with the platform, I'm trying to teach the girls, you know, if you do have, you know, short hair, just embrace your short hair. If you have big lips, embrace your big lips, you know, things of that nature. Loving them, loving every bit of themselves, like every part of them. Definitely from the inside out, but definitely loving every part. And so I'm just trying to out here to just influence those young women, and especially even adults as well, because sometimes you never know, just you posting a photo of yourself and your confidence, you don't know what that's doing for someone else. So I don't do it for, you know, likes, for loves. I do it for myself as well, and maybe to, you know, to inspire someone else.
Yeah, I love that because, a lot of times people ask that question of people like, why do you post so much? Or why are you this? Or why you got to share all of that? And that's a great point. If it inspires one person and you walking in your authentic self to share those things that represent your beauty from the inside out, then it doesn't matter what anybody says. I believe that social media was a blessing. I know that people use it to destroy and tear down, but so many people are able to stay connected, be uplifted, be inspired. You can follow somebody and get daily motivation and inspiration to do something that you would not have normally regularly done in your own little silo. So I love that you said that, because for that person that's like, why are you always posting, or why are you this or that, you just explain, because you have a light in you that you need to share with others to hopefully inspire them to be their own beautiful. And I love that. Carrie says, yes, as a young girl, I thought that beautiful was purely based on aesthetics. Lean yet our glass toned and good hair. Yeah, hourglass toned and good hair. Yeah, that's what we all thought, very curvy, lean, thin waist, a particular look. And so now we see so many different shapes and sizes, that, and we know that from the inside out, these people are beautiful, and from the outside in. So Parusha, did you want to add anything?
I think they covered it.
Okay.
When I when, like, say for instance, when I decided to compete for the pageant, as an example, I'm just going to use an example. I was like, I don't have any confidence issues. I'm just going to go out there and do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't anything that I felt within me that prevented me from doing it. It was just like, you know what? I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do something totally different from what I've ever decided, ever done before, and just went out and did it. Now, everybody does not have that confidence. Fortunately, I'll use Wallace as an example real quick. Wallace, it took her almost two years, Wallace, was about 2 years before she decided to come out to do the pageant. But it takes time. Confidence, when you are fully ready to embrace who you are and
Yeah.
the things that matter to you, you're just going to go for it. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of like where I was when I decided to compete. It was kind of like, well, it's 2013, why not? I mean, I had, up until that point, I had been doing runway for about 15 years. And so going out for a pageant, I kind of was like, well, it's in my hometown of New Jersey. I can, travel back and
Yeah.
forth. But it definitely comes from you recognizing your own strengths,
Mm-hmm.
you recognizing your own worth, and knowing that you can, and being inspired by these beautiful women on here and other beautiful women that are paving the way for other women and other men, because of course there's pageantry for men as well, and children. If you're setting the example, you can definitely help pave the way for others. So
Absolutely. And while you're up, you just brought up a great point. So this next question, do you think we have come a long way as a society in the acceptance of full-figured women as models in pageants, etc., or do we have a long way to go?
it's a double-edged sword for me, because I do feel like that we've definitely come a long way, but I feel like maybe we don't always have all the proper resources because they're not afforded to us, because people aren't really, especially in pageantry, people aren't really ready to see a plus size woman in pageantry on TV,
Mm-hmm.
because you got Miss Universe, you got Miss America, all of those shows come up on TV, you know, and I don't know if we lack the resources, if it's not appealing to people. I know it's appealing to people and on the local level. So why wouldn't it be appealing to people across the board?
Yeah.
I think about BET Rip the Runway, and I think about some of those other shows that have featured plus size models here lately. And I'm like, there's definitely room for us in that arena. We just got to keep pushing and make sure that our ducks are in a row, because we've come a long way and we still have a ways to go, because I would love to see Miss Full Figure USA on the Tizoo, you know what I'm saying, on the big screen. But
yeah,
I don't know if they feel like there's a market for it. And
right.
I mean, it's obviously it is, because Miss Full Figure USA has been around for 31 years, 32 years actually. So it's kind of like, I mean, what do we need to be doing to get our shine as well? You know, so
yeah. So
it's a double-edged sword, because it's like, do people really want to see full figure pageantry, or are they like, so like, oh, you know, we're used to seeing petite women on TV. We rather not, you know. But we definitely, I mean, even from actresses, I mean, you go right to the TV and there's all kinds of women on you know, women, men, children, performing and acting, and they do an amazing job. So why can't we? So it's double-edged for me, for sure.
And for some, you know, they would say that it would be more of a representation of what the, you know, normal everyday person looks like, as opposed to trying to fit into a mold. And so I that's a question that I definitely wanted to pose. I want to go to Wally next, if you want to address that. Do you think we've come a long way as a society in the acceptance of full-figured women as models in pageants, or do we have, and et cetera, do we have a long way to go?
For me, I think that it's about consistency as well, and being consistent. And so I say that to say that with America's Next Top Model, when Takara won, we should have been, she already broke barriers. Miss Teresa Randolph, she already broke barriers. So it's something, it's a gap that's missing. We're not communicating to, I guess, the smaller world, if you will, in that particular fashion industry, for them to even want to look at us and see that, hey, we have something to offer as well to the world. Plus size is everywhere, or curvy is everywhere. And so I think just being consistent in it. So with this, like, you have the USA, you know, with the Miss Full Figure, she always has a nationals. Then of course there's regionals as well. So it's like, we need to do something to get out there even more, to do things either a monthly basis and so forth. And that's what I like about Miss Full Figure North Carolina, is that ever since we won, we have been hitting the ground running, because we're trying to remain consistent as well at the same time. And so we don't want people to forget about us. We don't want people to say, oh, okay, that was in May, you know, okay, so y'all are done. No, we do things in the summertime. We had a ladies brunch. We went to the beach. We just do like different fellowships together. We were skating and so forth. And so we also do community service events together. So that is our particular resource is the Miss Full Figured and Miss Full Figured, the different regions as well as USA. We just have to be more consistent in there, just all the way around. And we need to get in front of some executives and studios or whatever and say, hey, I think this would be a great opportunity. Let's just try a pilot. You know, my communication marketing is coming out now. I done started thinking, and
visionary over there.
You're talking to WRL or something, or TLC or something to that extent. Because I mean, I really feel like it is wanted now. It's needed now, because, you know, Curly Sue back in the day may have been smaller, but now Curly Sue's she's a little thick. You know, she's a little curvy, if you will. So her mom and her dad are trying to instill in confidence in her to let her know, yeah, your sister may be a size 4, you might be a size 12. So it's just some things that they probably also want to see on TV and on camera and media, and in the just in the entire TV industry as a whole. And I think it definitely is much needed. I think we still have some ways to go, maybe not a long way to go, but I do think we have some ways to go, and it does take consistency.
Yeah, and I want to you just mentioned something, size, because that's the next question I'm going to give to Wallace. But let me address something. Size for full figure is not like, you know, a 22 or something like that. It's actually, to your point, about a size 12 or 10 or something that's considered full figure, which is like the everyday sort of size in America. And so, anybody want to address that real quick before we move on? Actually,
Man.
I'm sorry. Who was saying I?
I
Karusha. Okay, go ahead, and then I'm gonna go to Wallace with this next question. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up so she can be reading it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Karusha.
Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry, I was just reading it because I didn't. You said, "What are your views on body positivity?" When it,
No, I want you to answer
me,
the question about
okay.
size. You wanted to comment on size.
It's a very interesting it's a very interesting situation because actually in the modeling world, size 8 is considered plus size.
Yeah.
And then as you go into plus size modeling, actually size 16 is the starting um, size for plus size modeling. However, when Miss Teresa created the opportunity, she started with size 12 because, of course, that would at least include some of the girls that were more on the curvy side, not necessarily plus size.
Yeah.
But it's complicated. It's complicated to say the least.
Yeah. So interesting.
It is interesting, and I don't know why that is. I mean, I guess on the model side of it, a lot of designers are looking for that ideal 2, 4, 6, 6 being the max. Because that's what that was traditionally what people were back in the when modeling became a thing in the 70s and 80s. So a lot of people haven't really changed their perspective. Some, definitely some, because Project Runway is a great example of that. Or like she said, what was the one that you said, Walesia?
America's Next Top Model. Yeah.
They had to adjust their thinking to say, I mean, she's a great model. She's tall, she's curvy. Let's put her in there.
I remember when she won. I remember when it was like such a it was such a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was.
So it's a very interesting dynamic, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it comes from a past presence, if you will. People haven't really gotten up to where we are in 2021. In 2021, I'd say 40% to maybe 50% of the country is overweight and plus size,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So that leads us to Wallace with the next question. What are your views on body positivity when it comes to clothing? Do you think there's such a thing as this outfit wasn't made for your size?
Within reason, yes, I do think that. But I think one of the biggest things is when it comes to body positivity, there is a huge difference between accepting your body and loving it and fetishizing certain things. And so as a plus size woman, I was plus size at my heaviest as size 28. I'm now a 12, 14. At both sizes, especially size 28, I really found it hard to incorporate style and as far as clothing goes into what my personality was. I really had a difficult time doing that because I felt like clothing wise, either everything had words written all over it in big letters, everything had sequins written all over it, or flowers. Well, that's not really who I am. I'm not really sequins and flowers and words. That's who some people are, and that's fine. But I really struggled with, I like block colors. I like bright colors. But it seemed like in the stores that I frequented the most, anything that was over a size 14 had words written all over it. And I felt like I just looked like a giant billboard everywhere I went. That's just what I felt like. And so it wasn't until I started to lose a little bit of weight, and I then started to be introduced to different stores and online shopping, so on and so forth, that I really kind of found my way with these outfits. And these outfits are made for us. We have to look a little harder for them, but they are. And accepting the way you look in an outfit and exuding that confidence has a lot to do with the way that you wear it. I think I think I'm a pretty modest person, and I attribute that a lot to my Christianity. I found it difficult sometimes to find things that didn't show my boobs or my butt or something like that. And I wanted to remain covered, but still feel sexy and still wanted to be confident in what I was wearing and go out on a nice date night and things like that. So,
yeah,
outfits can be made for any size. But I really, when you want to steer clear of the too much cleavage or not enough, and you really want to kind of steer away from things that are uncomplimentary to you. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the clothing itself, as how you wear them, and you should be able to compliment your body and your curves in anything you wear, you know.
Yeah, and some celebrities who are heavier, who are full figure, get a lot of flack for wearing anything that it fits. It's outside of a mold that we expect of women who are full figured. I had the young lady's name in my head and I cannot think of it right now. She's an artist and a lot of
Lizzo.
Yes, thank you, Lizzo. Like she gets a lot of flack. Now that there I believe is a difference between body positivity and confidence. And of course, anybody can wear what they want to wear. To your point, like anybody can wear what they want to wear, but does it represent class and all of those things? That's a whole other conversation. But so, Wally, what are your views on body positivity when it comes to clothing? And do you think there's such a thing as this outfit wasn't made for your size?
Yeah, for me, like I don't really for me, my body is a temple. So I have to hold my body sacred. And so with that, I can't show everything to the world. They might not even be ready. I might not even be ready, but as far as clothes are concerned, I do. So, when we used to go back, I guess, to stores, because now everything's kind of shut down due to COVID, you used to try on clothes. So you kind of got to see now, well, back then you got to see how an outfit actually looks on you before you actually take it home. Where now it's a little different sometimes. So sometimes you have to now think like, okay, if I like this flower, I'm going to rock this flower dress because this is what I want to wear. And in spite of what anybody else thinks about flowers, some people don't like flowers. Some people don't like to wear flowers. But if you like flowers, wear flowers. You like stripes, wear stripes. If you like the small skinny stripes or the big stripes, wear what you want. You want polka dots and stripes together. You want leopard and zebra. It is what you like. If your entire image is based on what other people are thinking about you, then you're never going to be satisfied with your own body or be satisfied in your clothes as well. So you have to love the skin you're in. You have to love the clothes you put on. And what also helped me with that is that I also modeled at undergrad, and we had to model designers' clothes. Well, unfortunately, designers are not going to say, okay, well, I don't care that you don't like, spots or polka dots. We're going to put you in there, and you have to rock it down the runway and act like that you love that outfit no matter what, because you're modeling for the designer. You're not modeling for yourself. So I think with that kind of helped me to see, well, I do look good in anything, because it's what I make of the outfit, not the outfit that makes me. And so basically I have been able to love all types of clothes that I wear. I mean, I am, Lord help me, I'm not as modest as probably I should be. So don't rebuke me, Wallace. But I like bling. I like flashy things. I like color. I like, earrings and things of that nature, because that just makes me feel happy. It's about you and about what makes you feel good about yourself.
Absolutely. And I love all of your comments on that question. I believe that body positivity is so significant, especially to these young girls today, and young boys. But there's so much in the media, on the news, on their phones, articles, and different things where they're finding their identity, these young people, in what they see. And so I believe that body positivity helps you to avoid certain situations in your life because you have a strength in who you are. And so your clothing, everything that exudes from you is a representation, a reflection of that body positivity. It helps you to think, I think, long term, and you guys tell me if you agree or not. I think it helps you if you have confidence, somebody's poured into your life, whatever, then it helps you to make better decisions when it comes to relationships, when it comes to not just boyfriend, girlfriend, or what have you, but when it comes to friendships, when it comes to what feel like your value is on the job and how people treat you. I think that it really makes a big difference long term. And so Purusha, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I am all for body positivity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people should be able to wear what they want to wear. However, in decency and in order.
Yeah.
Okay. I've always been, I haven't always been as conservative, but at the end of the day, I know my lane.
Mm-hmm.
And what I won't do, someone else may do, and that's totally up to you. I promise you, I will never, pass judgment or look at you sideways because you got a tube top with short shorts on and your stomach is flapping over. I'm not gonna judge you, but I see you now, okay? Um, but I also feel like, um, I get and blame it on society, but maybe I'm just too societal with it. I don't feel like everything is for everyone. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that the body positivity people don't come shoot me down. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I know my lane, so I'm gonna stay in my lane. And what works for me may work for you. And by all means, wear that tube tops and those short shorts, baby, with that stomach flapping over. That's on you. But you will never catch Miss Purusha doing it. Okay.
Right.
All right.
And I
that's
do
all
want
I'm gonna say on that.
I do want to clarify that I am not saying that body positivity means wear what you want.
Right.
But I at all. Anybody that follows me knows I teach etiquette, and
right.
I have people that come and talk to my girls about etiquette.
Okay.
I believe that modesty is attractive. I believe it's sexy. All of that. I don't think these little girls need to be focusing on being sexy, but as we get older, so I don't think they are one and the same.
Right.
However, I do believe that it does provide confidence and all of those things to be positive about your body, but you don't necessarily need to be showing everything at all. So I want to clarify in case anybody thought that that's what I was saying.
No, I didn't gather that at all.
Okay,
what I'm saying is that sometimes people lump the two together.
Yeah,
and one has nothing to do with the other. You displaying your whole everything to the world is not necessarily body positive. It might be just a little bit too much. It might just be a little too much because kids are watching that, younger girls are watching that, young men are watching that, older men are watching that, and that's why this world, I think, is over sexualized because we want to bear it all for everyone, not we, whoever, and that's not body positive. That might be a little bit on the low end side, but that again, to each his own. Body positivity to me is embracing who you are, where you are right at this very moment. If you were a size 6, now you're size 16, embrace it. Maybe you want to do something about it, maybe you won't, but at the end of the day, love who you are.
Absolutely.
I think that for me, body positivity has everything to do with loving who you are at that particular moment in your life.
Absolutely. Anything exciting coming up that we should be watching out for? Purusha, I'll start with you, and then we'll go to Wally, and then Wallace.
Yes. We are gearing up for the 7th annual Miss Full Figure North Carolina, Virginia auditions. It is going to be virtual. It will be September 19th at 12 o'clock. Is it September 19th, Wally? See, September 18th at 12 o'clock. October 19th at 12 o'clock. And then October 3rd at 5 o'clock. And we're going to be getting that information out to you. You're just going to go to the website, fill out the information, and we're looking for women ages 18 to over 60. This year, we're really, really trying to push that 61 and over woman, older woman. Our age groups go, so it's broken down. It'll be 18, 19, 20 to 39, 40 to 60, and then 60 and over. And we're super excited. Listen, social media is going to get sick of us because we're about to share this thing till the sharing is over. Okay, it's going to be done with us.
Awesome.
But the 7th annual Miss Full Figure North Carolina Virginia pageant, it will be actually May 13th and 14th of 2022. But of course, it's a process. So if you're interested, go to www.missfullfigurencpageant.com or hit up one of the queens, Walesia or Wallace or Queen Lanisha, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it on here today. So honorable mention to Miss Full Figure North Carolina Plus 2021, Lanisha Bridges. But that's what I have coming up, and then we'll get into the teen pageant a little bit later next year or the beginning of next year. So I'm not even going to focus on the teen pageant right now, but we're definitely hitting North Carolina, Virginia up right now.
Oops. Is it Miss NC Fullfiguredpageant.com?
Yeah, Miss Fullfiguredancpageant.com.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
So we also have nationals coming up as well.
Yes.
And
oh my God, I got that.
Yeah, go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish, Farusha.
So these beautiful ladies on this live are going to be going to nationals on October 15th and 16th in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey, at the Robert Tree Hotel. They get to compete at the national level with other states. You have New Jersey, New York, Louisiana, DMV, Virginia, South Carolina. No, not South Carolina this year. Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. Like they're going to be competing against quite a few people, but they are ready. They're excited. Tickets are $50, I think, or $55 at the MissFullFigureUSA.org. I think it is MissFullFigureUSA.org. And yeah, I'll let them tell you all about that. Go ahead,
Okay.
Walesia.
So yes, I will be competing for the Miss Exquisite Full Figure USA 2021 title, and I am so super excited. I cannot wait. It is happening and it is going down in Newark, New Jersey at the Robert Tree Hotel. I am so elated that and honored to just have the title as Miss Exquisite Full Figure North Carolina to be able to compete in USA. And so we're trying to get our things together now. Got my evening gown, my day wear, my fashionista is fire.
I need to see those pictures.
Yes, ma'am. I do know this. It just finished, so I'm going to send you pictures today. But I am so super excited to be able to compete with the other ladies in the different regions, and just it's still about sisterhood. Yes. So I'm really excited just to meet new ladies, be able to follow them, network with them, anything that they're doing. If I can help or participate as well in their various states or cities, I would definitely be able to do so, because at the end of the day, this Full Figure is about sisterhood as well. So I'm really excited about that. I also have with my Curvy Honeybees, I have a Mommy and Me. That's going to be at Glitz and Gloss in Raleigh. That is November the 13th. So I'm really super excited about that. If anybody knows, shout out to Patrice Parker. If anyone knows how Glitz and Gloss works, as well as the West Room, we're just going to have a wonderful time. Basically, it's going to be 9-year-olds and up, and they can bring their moms, or their moms can bring their children, of course. So we'll have more details about that as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything for you, Wallace? Outside of the exciting things that you're doing with Miss Full Figure NC?
Yes, I have a few things coming up with the Surrey County Opioid Response Team. We have a luncheon coming up in a couple of weeks where we'll be discussing new ways to get help and funding for addicts in our area. So that is number one on my list that has to do with my platform, Addiction and Recovery, and I'm really excited for that for sure.
Yeah, that is
and cheering on my
good.
sister Queens at Nationals for sure.
Awesome. So exciting. So exciting. So it has been such a great show. It's flown by. You ladies are fabulous. You're doing some amazing things. And I think hopefully everyone who watched was inspired in one form or fashion to just step beyond their comfort zone, their norm, or what seems like the right path or the regular path, and go to the extraordinary and excellent path, like you all have. So shout out to Director Perusha for being the visionary and bringing all of this together, not just in North Carolina, but in Virginia and South Carolina, you know, really making a difference and helping other women make a difference in the lives of so many others, to give them a platform to stand upon for issues that they care about, like the Honeybee platform, like the Addiction and Recovery platform, and so many others. So I'm excited to have had you. Thank you, Wally, for reaching out and asking if you all could be on the show. It was absolutely amazing idea. To have you, and is right in line with your background of communications.
That's right.
So I love it. I want you all to go to Miss Full Figure, www.missfullfigurencpageant.com. Find out more information. Maybe you know somebody who would be interested. Maybe you yourself would be interested in being a part of this. So wonderful, Carrie Lynn says. And Brandon Diggs Williams said, truth. So, hey, he was on our show. Hey, Brandon. Brandon was on the show last week when we had the husbands on. So, hey, Brandon. Y'all got to go back and watch that show. That show was good. But
okay.
Anyway, he was dropping some. They were all dropping some wisdom. So, but yes, go to Miss Full Figure NC Pageant.com, you guys, and also make sure to follow each of the ladies. I've put their information throughout the show over and over and over again. So hopefully you've gotten that. If not, go back, watch the replay, make sure to follow the tickers, and you'll get all of their information. I want to share before we close out, as I mentioned before, this upcoming Sunday, I'm going to be having an event for young ladies. Can you all see that?
No, not yet.
All right, hold on. I'm going to have an event for young ladies. Oh, I just pulled it down. Let me try that again. So my nonprofit is called Beauty 180. And we're going to be having an event for young ladies, ages 8 to 18. I don't know where I just put it. I'll share it later. Ages 8 to 18. I had the flyer up, and now I can't pull it up. I'm having a brain fart moment. But ages 8 to 18. And so what is going to happen is they're going to be led by Carrie Lynn Miles. And Carrie Lynn Miles is a dance instructor. She has an extensive resume. Oh, there it is. She has an extensive resume, and we're going to be talking about all of the things that we talked about today: confidence, creativity, body positivity. It's going to be a great afternoon. We've done some other things with Donna Corbett, who is etiquette queen.
Yes.
Donna.
Yeah, Dr. Donna now, honey. Dr. Corbett now.
Yeah. Can you all see that?
No.
Okay, I'm not
sure. You sharing screen at the bottom?
Yeah. Okay, let me add it to the
screen.
We go.
There it is. There we go.
There it is. Yeah. So that is September 12th, 5 p.m. Registration is just a donation to my nonprofit, Beauty 180, and you just go to bit.ly B180 Girls Rock. I would love if either of you ladies are available to come on and speak to the young girls who will be participating. I would love to have you. If not this time, then the next time. But really want young girls to be empowered, to understand that they are leaders, to understand that they have a voice now and how to express that through creativity, to be their best selves, and understanding that beauty starts from the inside and it shines out. So no bullying and all that stuff. We want to empower young girls to be leaders and to have a voice in the community and to shine. So that's going to be this Sunday, September the 12th at 5 p.m. It is virtual. So when you register, you get the Zoom link and all that good stuff. All right. So wanted to share that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it sounds like a collab needs to happen. Curvy Honeybees, Miss NC Royal Teen, and your organization. It sounds like an amazing opportunity here.
Absolutely.
That'd be a great idea.
Absolutely. And yeah, you know, I love collaboration, coffee and collaborations.
That's right.
I love collaboration. So yeah, let's talk, Wally. You all, thank you once again for joining. Don't go anywhere, ladies. But for everyone else, we'll see you next time on Coffee and Collaborations. We appreciate the Ultimate Fan podcast. We'll be back here live on September the 20th with another guest. Be looking out for the flyer and all that. You can follow us at coffeeandcollaborations.com, at Coffee and Collaborations Media, at Coffee and Collaborations everywhere. But our guest is going to be Ryan Q. Mitchell. So if anybody's ever heard of The Pit, downtown, it's a restaurant. Yes. Yeah, his family member was like an owner, and he's like this amazing barbecue genius.
Okay.
I'm excited to have him come and join us. So, and to become a sponsor of any of our shows, we got Thank God It's Fashion Friday. We have the Ultimate Fan podcast, which is this show. And we also have Love and Flow TV, which will air on September the 25th. Just reach out, info@coffeeandcollaborations.com. You can also reach out to me at Coffee and Collaborations on any platform. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it so much.
Bye-bye, everyone.